gonna go with 2. A question pops into my mind. Why is she on the train so early?
でもどうしたんですか？先輩、部活やってませんよね。
いえ、何を隠そうボランティア活動の帰りなんです。ほら、生徒会公募で公園のゴミ拾いがあったでしょ。あれをちゃちゃっと先ほどまで。
Ah, now it all makes sense. CL is always running around helping out somebody or another.
早朝から30分だけの奉仕活動だったんですけどね。他の皆さんは一旦帰宅したんですが、私は面倒なのでこのまま登校してしまおうかと。
Her bag clatters. I had assumed it was full of equipment, but it must be cleaning stuff.
おや、中身見たいんですか？先輩の持ち物をチェックするなんておとなしそうに見えて大胆ですね。
Oh yeah, okay. She draws closer and looks into my eyes. Her face is so close to mine that I can smell her. Flustered, I can't figure out where to look.
いえ、そういうわけじゃなくてですね。もし折りたたみ式のほうきとか熊手とかなら珍しいなと。
ほうほう、私の万能高枝切りばさみも見たいと。よろしい。それでしたら放課後いつもの茶道部に来てください。あなたなら大歓迎です。
Faced with such a heartfelt smile, I end up blushing. I'd like to say something clever or witty, but all I can manage is a simple yes.
約束ですよ。ここだけの話、部費で購入したお茶受けが余ってしまいまして、日持ちするものではないので元気な男の子の協力が不可欠なんです。
そうですか。じゃあ予定が合えばぜひ。食べ物に釣られていくとか猫かって話ですけど。
Ciel's warm smile makes me feel comfortable enough to crack a joke. She adjusts the green ribbon around her neck.
どちらかというとワンちゃんではないでしょうか。というか猫科はよくありません。最後まで頼りになるのは律儀で頭のいい犬科です。
For reasons I don't quite understand, she seems to feel strongly about this. Oh yeah. As we're both heading to the same place, we continue to chat. Talk about last week's midterms. We wonder why the sports festival has been reduced to a one-day event. We complain about the cafeteria always serving the same things. After getting into a heated discussion about the plan to restrict phones at school, we tire each other out, sigh in unison, change the subject. We laugh as we trade opinions on the movies we've seen recently. 15 minutes go on by in a flash. It's easy talking with her. She is, after all, incredibly popular among everyone. I don't want this to end, but we only have a few minutes left before we get to Soya Station. I try to bring up something else to talk about, but...
ちょっとうるさいんですけど。
a side... I think that's a side character. We've forgotten where we are. Ciel and I bow our heads in apology.
怒られちゃいましたね。
ごめんなさい。私の笑い声が大きかったんです、きっと。
With that, our conversation comes to a halt. The friendly cheer that filled the air just moments ago has vanished. It's quickly replaced by that familiar city silence, that cold space in which everyone is a stranger. Right. Okay. So now we're finally out. The train pulls into Soya Station. It's just before 7 a.m. I left for school a bit early today, so the town hasn't quite woken up yet. It's quiet right now, but in about an hour it'll be bustling with traffic and commuters.
今朝も交通量が少なめですね。最近街の目覚めが遅い気がします。皆さん夜更かしなんでしょうかね。
As Ciel shares this odd observation, I notice how heavy her bag looks.
荷物学校まで持って行きましょうか。
いえいえ、お気になさらず。私は寄っていくところがありますので、ここでお別れですね。
Oh. And she smiles a goodbye and waves as she runs off. Her lithe legs carry her so swiftly, I almost expect a comical whoosh. Not to be outdone, I feel an urge to start running too, but there's really no reason for me to hurry. I probably shouldn't be running anyway, considering my condition. I start walking towards school at my usual pace. But just as I set off, the girl from before emerges from the ticket gates. She passes by briskly, slowing only to share a few choice words.
見かけ通り軽薄なんですね。うんざりしました。
And with that, she stalks away. I'm struck dumb by the rudeness. It seems I've made an enemy. I should be careful the next time I have a conversation on a train. I guess I said something that upset her. Even so.
いや、最近の中学生はおっかないな。
It was a regular hit and run scolding. I guess so. I make my way to school, my steps heavier than usual. It's just about 7 when the main entrance to the school comes into view. Students hurry through the gate to go to their club activities. They must be trying to make the most of their time before homeroom starts at 8. Soya Municipal High School. An old school celebrating 40 years since its founding. Our college admission rate isn't bad. Our clubs do fine. The rules aren't particularly strict. It's as normal a school as you can find. The only complaint male students have is that their uniforms are too old-fashioned, but the school doesn't pay much attention to it. As for the girls, their uniforms were changed 3 years ago. Apparently, the school was worried that keeping the older sailor uniforms would lead to a drop in enrollment. I see. Wait, what changes did they make? I think the only difference I see is probably because the skirts are short? Yeah, probably. Anyways. Let's see. Something feels out of place on my usual walk to the school. Things feel busier than usual. Pale-faced teachers rush to the faculty room. A black car I've never seen before is parked in the parking lot. There's a chill in the air. Images flash through my mind. A sparsely tended funeral. Cold black of a hearse. A sigh at my own dark thoughts. Trying to shake off the uneasy feeling growing inside me, I head for the classroom. There's no one else here yet. I sit in my chair and kill time until homeroom begins. More people begin to fill the room as I get in some studying.
おはよう。本日の朝練無事終了のお知らせ。
あれ？一番乗りは私らじゃないんだ。どうの早くない？
ああ、あれか、ボランティア。でも今日だったっけ？ やっば、俺サボったかも。
The students of 2C get along well compared to the other classes. We're pretty casual with each other before taking our seats. I catch up with classmates who have just ended their club activities. We go through your typical laundry list of things, from last night's ancient news to stuff that happened just minutes ago at school. We're just talking to pass the time, but this is an important morning ritual of ours. A warm-up exercise to start off the day. We'd only tire ourselves out if we tried to have real conversations about everything, especially in this age of information. The mood in the classroom changes suddenly. Lively chatter dies down to a whisper.
なら道塞いでんじゃねえよザコども。朝っぱらから群がりやがって通行の邪魔だろうが。
Oh? Crude remarks you wouldn't expect to hear amongst this otherwise harmonious bunch cut through the tranquility. I don't even need to turn around to know who it is. Only one person could do this to a room.
Cheese! Good morning, メガネ君。
He's a childhood friend.
今朝も新規臭い顔しやがって。まったくクソみたいな野郎ですね。
Yo, dude, you can't say that now. You can't say that nowadays, man. Yep, only him. A delinquent with little respect for the sanctity of our school.
おい、挨拶どうした？人が珍しく朝から来てやってんのに、おはようの言葉もなしですか？むしろ朝からいてくれてありがとうぐらいの気持ちはないのですか？
Oh yeah, he's definitely a delinquent by the looks of him.
ないよ。朝から濃い顔見てげんなりしてるだけ。そもそもありがとうとかないし、お前のために学校に来てるわけじゃないし。
I don't know if that's tsundere, but yeah, nah, it's definitely not.
何？バカ言うなよ。俺は遠野のために学校に来てるんだぞ。そんなの不公平じゃんか。
I'm at a loss for words. Sometimes I wonder why we're even friends. He has a dyed head of orange hair and piercings in his ears. Sporting a perpetual scowl that's practically begging for a fight, he seems to follow the delinquent dress code to a T. Though his brand of counterculture may be a little out of style, he still looks the part of a good punk. His name? Arehiko Inui.
まあいいか。朝から教室に来るのはいいことだ。おはよう、アリヒコ。ついに出席日数を気にしだしたか？
いや、そこは別に気にしてない。まだまだ余裕はありますよ。今日は家に姉貴がいるんでサボれなくなっただけ。
Yo, I guess that's one reason not to skip out on school in the mornings. 'Cause your sister said so.
つうか朝まで鉄マンしてたんでいい加減体力の限界だ。
そうか、すまない。挨拶をやり直させてくれ。おやすみ、クズヒコ。机に急げ。
Trashico. Trashico. Oh man, that's gotta sting.
何その冷めた反応。
Ha. I mean, that's just all in good fun though.
それが中学からのライバルに対する態度ですか？もっとこう熱い対応してくれませんかね？
なんで俺とお前がライバルなんだ？
Oh, they were friends since middle school.
無軌道に行きたいんなら街で同行の死を見つけてろよ。あんまり構わないでくれ。
He does still owe me a bunch of money I lent him back in middle school. which makes him more of a moocher than a rival.
どうしてかな。遠野ってば俺にだけ冷たいよな。他の奴らには聖人君子みたいなやつなのに不公平じゃね？
The Pope?
なんだ、分かってるじゃないか。世の中公平なことってあんまりないだろ。
そりゃそうだけどよ。
Oh yeah, I finally finished that Charleston Chew bar. Good stuff though. Hopefully there's no more interruptions.
やっぱお前俺には特に冷たくね？
Arihiko lets out an exaggerated sigh. I don't mean to treat him any certain way. Everything just naturally ended up this way after years of, I guess, unfiltered treatment. We may have completely different interests and tastes, but we seem to operate on a similar wavelength.
まあ家から逃げてきたはいいとして、普段から夜型のお前が朝から出席するなんてどんな風の吹き回しだ。ちょっといやかなり普通じゃないぞ。
まあな、俺だってそう思う。たまたま目が覚めたからって来るもんじゃねえよな、学校ってやつは。ぶっちゃけもう帰りてえ。ああ、やっぱ学生には勉強する意思とか必要なんですかね。
He's not wrong, but when he says it like that, it almost sounds like he wants an award just for making the trip to school.
そのあたりの議論は今度暇な時に鏡に向けてやってくれ。俺が聞きたいのはなんで街に行かないかってこと。カラオケでも漫画喫茶でも時間潰すならそっちのがいいんじゃない？
そりゃあれだよ、最近は何かと物騒だからですよ。荒ごとこなすのもただじゃねえし、あっちには体力ある時しか顔出したくねえわけ。
物騒？
おう、遠野だって知ってんだろ、例の派手に出回ってる通り魔事件の話だよ。駅前のセンター街、夜になると警官も巡回しているしな。
Oh, a serial killer.
そっか、そんな話もあったっけ。
Hearing Arihiko talk about it reminds me. Goings on in Soya hadn't bothered me while I was living several stations away with the Arima family. It was all over the news. I seem to remember.
なんだっけ、すごく低俗な売り文句だったけど。深夜の通り魔事件だっけ。
The Soya slasher.
連続猟奇殺人事件な。被害者は大抵若い女で、2日前に発見された仏さんで8人目。かつ全員の喉元にバツの字の傷跡があるとかないとか。
An X car? Weird. My mind can't even picture something like that.
違うよ乾くん。殺されちゃった人はみんな体内の血液が著しく失われているだよ。
Oh? Yumizuka pokes her head out and corrects us, likely drawn by how loud we are.
ああ、そうだったそうだった。現代の吸血鬼かっていう見出しだったもんな、あれ。
A modern day vampire. Oh, I think I might have an idea who that could be.
サンキュー、弓塚。おはようさん。
乾くんもおはよう。ついでに言うと外傷には個人差があって、傷が全くない場合と損傷の激しいタイプに分かれてるだったかな。
詳しいんだね、弓塚さん。
そんなことないよ。この街で起きている事件なんだもん。ニュースを見てれば嫌でも覚えちゃうことだと思う。
とま、そういうことだよ、遠野。いくら俺でもな、夜中に殺人犯が出歩いているうちは夜遊びなんざしねっての。最近は真面目に家の中で夜更かししてるわけ。
ああ。
なんだ、そんな理由だったのか。まともすぎて逆に意外だ。殺人犯に怯えて家にこもるなんてお前らしくもない。
らしくないじゃねえよ。普通は殺人犯に怯えるだろう。
Yeah, that is. I get your points.
こっちはやる気がねえのに、あっちだけやる気満々とか、不意打ちにも程がある。絶対にごめんだね。俺はまだ人生棒に振りたくねえ。
ああ、そっか。そうだよな。狙われたらとことんまで付き合うしかないってことだもんな。
That is if you actually stood a chance against them.
お前ね、そこは逃げるって選択肢はねえの？
I mean, sure, that is one option, but since you're like a delinquent and all, you could probably, you know, try to have a decent chance of fighting them. I mean, that is of course if you want to, but you obviously running away would be the better option.
なんでとことんまで付き合うんだよ。
だって逃げられないんじゃないのか、そういう場合って。
遠野に振った俺がアホだった。
Yo.
実際の話、俺も殺人犯は気にしてねえ。ああいうのはほら、天才だろ。出会っちまう方に運がない。
Act of God or something.
俺が街に出ないのはもっと現実的な理由でさ。最近北口駅前で新手のバカどもが湧いてんだよ。正直顔も見たくねえ。
The north exit, located on the opposite side of the station from the business district, is downtown Soya, a bustling hub that never sleeps. Arihiko lives on the north side of the station himself. These fools must be pretty bad if he's going to such lengths to avoid them.
遠野も聞いたことねえか？度胸試しのようなもの、秘密の入り口から地下道に入って奥までつければ大金が手に入るってやつ。
それなら私も聞いたことあるけど、それってただの階段じゃなかった？
ああ、結構昔からある都市伝説だったらしい。それを儲け話っぽく仕立てて利用してるバカどもがいるんだよ。どっから流れてきた新参者か知んねえが、おかげで北口の空気の悪さはシャレにならねえ。ちょっとしたことで殴り合いが始まるからな。俺基本的に痛いの嫌だし、あんだけ派手にやってればポリも動くだろうし、連中が捕まるのでしばらく自重して家にこもってんのよ。
An urban legend on the north side of the station. I guess I hadn't heard of it since I didn't live nearby. Though I suppose it'll be my problem too, starting today.
なんだよ、反応薄いな。さてはあれか？朝から貧血でぶっ倒れたのか？
いや、今朝はまだ大丈夫。心配してくれるのはありがたいんだけどね。そう四六時中貧血を起こしてたら体が持たないよ。
まあそりゃもっともだ。遠野が大丈夫だって言うんならまあ大丈夫なんだろうよ。
ほら、授業が始まるぞ。早く席に戻って寝ろ。
はいよ。と、そうそう、今日の昼飯な、食堂でするからな。驚きの特別ゲストをお呼びしているので楽しみにしてやがれ。
Oh. Arihiko laughs suspiciously as he saunters back to his seat.
それじゃあね、遠野くん。
あ、うん。弓塚さんも付き合わせて悪かったね。
She walks back to her desk, her footsteps light as a feather. Five minutes after the bell for homeroom, and our teacher still hasn't appeared. Just as homeroom is about to end, the teacher next door drops by to tell us that Miss Toyama won't be coming in today.
やったー！今日の数学自習じゃん。
Someone sounds like they just won the lottery. Miss Toyama is our math teacher. With her absence, we'll have free study instead. Once you finish the worksheet you're given, you're free to spend the rest of the time however you want. Some use the time to study, but others just kill time. I start on my worksheet. I actually have no problem with studying. I quit going to after-school lessons as a child, but that was after I was told getting into a good school would be impossible for someone with my condition. Whether you choose to go to the college or straight into the workforce, knowledge is never a bad thing to have. I raise my head after solving a few problems and look over to the students near the hallway. Shiki's mystic eyes of death perception are fire. Definitely. I think sometime later on as the game progresses, we'll be able to see that momentarily, but yeah. As long as he has those glasses on, he can't see the lines, but when they're off, you better watch yourself. I can only hear bits and pieces of their conversations, sitting as far away from them as I am. Definitely. Arquid best... Yep. I don't need to say anything else. Definitely. Especially in the... I know I watched the Tsukihime anime adaptation that came out in the mid-2000s, but people said it was horrible. I mean, I definitely saw that difference. And then people were comparing that to the Fate Stay Night adaptation that Studio Dean did back then as well. And then people be like, I've mistreated you so badly. And that Tsukihime's was even worse than that. Like, wow. I mean, then again, I think that's to be expected. Not everything is perfect. So, yeah. At least the Melty Blood games, along with the Tsukihime visual novels, are good. But that was one way that Type Moon got popular. But then afterwards, the Fate series, when they did that, people were all over that. It got so popular to the point where a lot of other stuff was made, like doujinshis. I'll just say that, but yeah. Great stuff that is. And I won't say too much on that though, but yeah. Even anime adaptations of Fate Stay Night, they even recreated it by going by the name of Unlimited Blade Works. I know the original Fate Stay Night, they tried to cram all 3 routes into one series, which was pretty bad on their part. Not to mention the CGI dragon that appeared in one of the episodes. The art style is so unique, I love it. Indeed. Sitting as far away from them as I can. I don't believe it.
朝練の時、先生たちが血相を変えて職員室に。
Shout out to the voice actors.
まだ噂だから。
でもそんな簡単に。
ひどいよ。なんでそんなことに。
Something certainly feels wrong. I think knitting my eyebrows.
昨日の事件。
校長室に刑事っぽい2人組が。
I saw 2 guys who looked like detectives go into a principal's office. Oh. I brace myself for what's coming. As familiar as I am with this feeling, I find myself not wanting to accept it. I hold my breath in anticipation for the words to come.
だからさ、遠山。昨日死んだらしいよ。
For lines that have Japanese voices, I'll just keep it as is. I will read some of it just to get the context, but I'll just leave it as is. I'm not going to say anything or just voice over. I'm not going to do that, but yeah. Just letting you all know. Did he just take his glasses off? I closed my eyes, trying to hold back a headache. The morning passes without the rumor about Miss Toyama spreading much further. The classroom is a mess now that it's lunch. Some go to the cafeteria, others to the courtyard, while still others stay in the room and open their lunches at their desks. What should I do for lunch? Oh, second question time. Might as well save another. Might do another save there. Alright. What should I do for lunch? Arihiko, stay in the classroom, or go out into the hallway for now? I'm not sure what to pick. Though Arihiko is in the cafeteria with a special guest. Not sure who that could be. I don't know what will happen with the classroom, but maybe something might happen. Or just go out into the hallway. What to choose?